The fluorescent lights of Northwood High hummed, a familiar drone to Anya Vance, a junior who often felt like a ghost drifting through the crowded hallways. Her life, she often mused to her reflection, was a flat landscape, no towering mountains of triumph, no deep valleys of despair, just an endless, unremarkable plain. Her best friend Liam, a budding photographer with a mop of unruly brown hair, would often tease her about her desire for main character energy. "Not every life is a Hollywood blockbuster, Anya," he'd say, snapping a candid photo of her looking wistful by her locker. But Anya craved that blockbuster. She craved a narrative, a dramatic turn that would make her story worth telling. Her parents, both quiet librarians, offered a stable, loving home, but one that felt suffocatingly predictable. Their evenings were spent with books, their weekends tending to their small garden. Anya yearned for something wild, something that defied the neatly categorized shelves of her home. Her first attempt at drama was volunteering at the local community center, helping with after-school care. She'd imagined heartwarming scenarios, perhaps even saving a child from a runaway bicycle. Instead, it was mostly crayon-stained fingers and endless games of peekaboo. The closest she got to excitement was when a toddler named Milo dramatically declared his juice box had betrayed him. Not quite the grand narrative she envisioned. Then came the new transfer student, Zane, a senior with a dark, brooding charm and an air of mystery. He played guitar in a local band, his music a raw, electric contrast to the classical pieces Liam often listened to. Zane's reputation preceded him. A rebel, a drifter, someone who lived by his own rules. He was everything Anya felt she wasn't. She first encountered him in the school's music room. Anya, hesitant but drawn, watched him effortlessly strumming a complex riff. He looked up, his dark eyes meeting hers, and a smirk played on his lips. "Lost, princess?" he asked, his voice a low rumble. Anya, flustered but intrigued, found herself drawn into his orbit. Liam, ever the cautious one, voiced his concerns. "He seems intense, Anya, and not in a good way. I've heard things." But Anya dismissed his warnings. Liam, with his steady gaze and sensible advice, felt like part of her predictable life. Zane, on the other hand, promised an escape. Their first date was at a dimly lit coffee shop, far from the usual teenage hangouts. He spoke of traveling, of leaving their small town behind, of a life free from expectations. Anya, captivated, saw her long-for drama unfolding before her. Zane made her feel alive, seen, and reckless. Her grades began to slip. Her calls with Liam became shorter, more infrequent. She even missed a crucial scholarship deadline for the pre-med program she had once dreamed of. Her parents' gentle inquiries were met with teenage angst and slammed doors. One afternoon, Zane invited her to his apartment. It was a stark contrast to her neat home, cluttered, dimly lit, smelling faintly of stale smoke and old coffee. His older brother, a perpetually disheveled man named Ryder, lounged on a worn couch, a distant look in his eyes. Zane spoke of their absent parents, their struggles, and the heavy weight of responsibility he carried. Anya felt a pang of sympathy, a desire to be the one to understand him, to fix things. He told her she was different, special, that she brought light into his chaotic world. Anya, desperate for that validation, believed him. The true turning point came when Zane suggested they borrow his brother's ancient, beat-up sedan for a road trip. "Just for a few days, Anya," he'd promised, his hand tracing patterns on her arm. A real adventure, you and me on the open road. Anya, dizzy with the thrill of rebellion, agreed. They drove for days, fueled by cheap gas station coffee and Zane's infectious spontaneity. The scenery blurred outside the windows as they crossed state lines, leaving behind her familiar world. But the excitement soon wore thin. The car, it turned out, wasn't just borrowed. It had been reported stolen. In a small town in Arizona, a flashing blue light appeared in their rearview mirror. Anya was terrified as the police handcuffed them. Zane, initially defiant, soon grew quiet. In the stark, cold police station, Anya called her parents, her voice trembling. Their quiet disappointment was more crushing than any anger could have been. Just as they were about to arrive, Zane convinced her to make a run for it. "We can figure this out, Anya. Together. Just trust me." And in her fear and confusion, she did. They spent the next few months living hand to mouth, sleeping in motels, and working odd jobs. The romantic adventure had dissolved into a gritty struggle for survival. Then, one evening, Zane returned to their motel room, his face pale. He owed money, a lot of money, to some dangerous people. He'd made a bad deal. Anya, sitting on the edge of the bed, felt a cold dread settle in her stomach. The drama she had craved had become a terrifying reality. When the men arrived at their door, demanding their money, Anya instinctively blurted out the first thing that came to mind, a desperate plea for mercy. "I'm pregnant." The words hung in the air, a shocking, unexpected twist even to her. That night, as Zane frantically tried to figure out a plan, Anya knew she had to leave. She remembered Liam, his steady friendship, his quiet reliability. With a heavy heart and a stolen prepaid phone, she called him. He didn't question, didn't blame, just gave her instructions. He met her at a bus station in a desolate town, his face etched with worry, but his eyes full of compassion. "You need to go home, Anya," he said, handing her a ticket. "Before it's too late. Before you lose everything." He looked at her, his voice soft but firm. "You deserve more than this. You deserve to be loved, truly loved, not just used for someone else's chaos." Those words, from her steady, sensible friend, pierced through the layers of her self-deception. Anya arrived home to the quiet embrace of her parents. No recriminations, no lectures, just the warmth of their arms. She enrolled in online courses, slowly piecing her life back together. Weeks turned into months. She gave birth to a baby boy, Atlas, with Liam by her side, holding her hand. Holding Atlas, his tiny fingers clutching her own, Anya felt a profound shift. This was her true drama, her real story. Not a fabricated rebellion or a whirlwind romance, but the quiet, fierce love for this small, vulnerable being, the love she had desperately sought in external excitement, she now found within herself, radiating from her son. News reached her months later that Zane had been arrested for involvement in a robbery. Anya felt a pang, a distant echo of the past, but it no longer defined her. Her path was clear now. With Liam's unwavering support and her parents' quiet strength, Anya knew she could build a new life. A life not of grand theatrics, but of quiet purpose, boundless love, and the beautiful, unpredictable journey of motherhood. Her story, she realized, was just beginning, and it was more profound than any blockbuster she could have ever imagined.